Hi folks, I'm Brad Casper here again for another pruning lesson. Today we are on to the peach trees. I have a few different varieties of peaches here. I don't recall exactly which one this is, but we deal with them all the same in terms of pruning them. We are using the open center method here. So you can see this one definitely has some stuff going on that's going to have to be taken care of. Same thing as always, looking to get rid of any broken or disease growth. We want to get that out of there first. Anything that's growing in towards the center or straight up, we want to get rid of that. Anything that's growing off the bottoms of your main scaffolding branches, you want to get rid of that stuff. And anything that's crisscrossing or touching, you want to get that cleaned up as well so that you maintain good airflow throughout the tree. And that's pretty much it. So start with your broken and damaged and diseased stuff first, and then move on to everything that's growing in towards the center. Once you get that cleared out, then you have a pretty good view of the structure of the tree. Then you can start taking away from last year's growth, no more than a third off the new growth on your main branches here. I typically don't even take that much, but let's go. So I can see here right off the start, these two branches right here are gonna have to go. They're growing straight up in the middle of my tree, and I do not want that, so I'm gonna go ahead and lop both these off right here. So we will start with that. And now looking at dead or damaged stuff, it looks like that is dead. Even these suckers here, I usually just lop them off. Stuff that's growing in towards the center, take that off. Again, anything right here in the center of the tree, since we want that open base style structure on this one, we're going to go ahead and just take off everything that's facing inward. Not really digging this too much. I think we could probably afford to get rid of it, but I'm going to let it go another year because of the situation here on my main branch. I have this one kicking out to the side. They both look good, but just in case this one would have to go, I'm going to keep this one here just in the event that something would happen there. But I am going to take off some of this. So we're going to probably just we want to go to an outward facing piece of this, which would be right about there. And then not sure I really like that at all. So I think we're just going to go ahead and take this right off. Right there. We'll keep this one just in case. Same with this one, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off back at that bud. And then you can just go ahead and work your way around here, getting all this stuff off the center of the tree, anything that's facing the center of the tree. Get rid of all that. We got some stuff that's growing straight up, so we can get rid of that, such as that branch, that branch, and that branch. And then this one is kind of coming back into the center, so we're just going to go ahead and take this entire branch off. Because we want it, essentially everything to be pointing outward. So anything that's coming into the center, we just want to get rid of it. So we'll get rid of that. Don't like the look of this. So we're going to take that and that and get both those out of there. And that should be good on that side. Over here, we got these two. Get rid of both of them. And even this guy. Okay, well, what are we gonna do here with this one? Got to do something up here. Just trying to see where I want to take off. What I am probably going to do is get rid of this one, because it is kind of going into the center of the tree, and I got a lot of stuff going on up here, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. I hate to take this off because essentially it's coming into this direction where I have an open spot, especially if we ended up getting rid of this. So I'll probably just take some of it off and let that go for this year. And then possibly next year, we take it off right here. If I was to cut it, I would probably cut it right there. And then on this scaffolding, I would probably get rid of this branch so it's not shading that part of the tree. But I think for this year, I'm just gonna go ahead and allow that to grow. So, you know, we can get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. This one. Same here. All right, so we're now done with the peach. As you can see, we cleaned out the center of the tree, got everything pointing outward, everything's heading outward on it. Did leave some of this other stuff here just in case. I really don't think these branches will ever amount to anything, so I will just go ahead and get rid of these now. Well, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and leave them. They're not going to hurt anything. We're just going to let them go for now. But the main portion of the tree, we got pruned back. I did end up taking a big piece off here that is coming up into the center of the tree. We don't want to let this get too high, so I stopped it there. And we got these 2 branches with new growth. So we'll see what they do next year. May ultimately end up just taking them off right there, so that this is our main portion here, and anything coming off that to keep it, because you want to try and keep these obviously lower to the ground, having this open center. So that's pretty much it on that. Yeah, so that's it for pruning a peach tree. Hopefully this has helped. Now, just to show you here, we planted these in the fall this year because these 2 were 2 that the goats had got to and actually destroyed and killed. So I put 2 more in the ground this fall. Being that we just planted them in the fall, I am not going to prune them this year. I'm going to let them go for a year. The first year in the ground, my recommendation would be not to touch them, just let them go. And then next year, after they've been in the ground for a full year, next year would be a good time then to hit them for the first time. So that's what I'm doing here. These were just planted in the fall. We're gonna let them go again until next fall, next winter. And then we will go ahead and prune these to an open center like the rest of them. But as you can see here, so that's those 2 newly planted peach trees. But as you can see, this was one of the ones that got hit pretty hard, so it was stunted for a few years there. That's why it's behind the other ones. But ultimately, that's how they should look with an open center. There's the one that we did together, which that one could probably afford to have some more taken off of it, but I did, as you can see, take quite a bit off of it, and it's not good to take too much each year. So we're going to go ahead and let it roll with that and see how it looks. But yeah, and then this one, another open center. This is what it looks like. So getting there, got a few more to do. And that will be that. I also want to just mention while we're out here, the trees that you have saw me work with here in these videos, these were all Tractor Supply trees. So they were potted trees. But I also did a mixture when I planted this orchard of potted trees and bare root trees. Now this is a bare root tree that I got from Stark Brothers. And as you can see, these haven't really done too well. The ones that I planted from bare root really didn't, I don't know. I didn't really think they did that great. It seemed to me like the trees that we had purchased from the store that were in pots and planted, they were the ones that did the best. So just my own observation in planting my orchard here, I prefer those trees. And if you can get them on clearance, you know, that's the time to do it. You know, like at the end of spring, if they have leftover ones there, grab them at clearance price and then just hold on to them until the fall and plant them in the fall. That would be my recommendation. Or if there's some leftovers in the fall, snag them up when they go on clearance and get them in the ground before winter while the ground's still soft enough to dig. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the topic for what it's worth. I do live on a 17-acre property here, and we do some homesteading, so there will be some of that content to come as well. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in those videos.